Hello, this is Brian Bracken, and what we're going to do here is we're going to be looking at the Power Blog, but how to create opt-in forms. So the first thing that we're going to do is click on opt-in forms. Then the next thing is we're going to create a new opt-in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the type of opt-in that we'd like to use. You can use anything from a pop-up, fly-in, blow post, inline, lock content, and a widget. Let's click on pop-up. Now there's a number of things that we need to do here. First off, we need to create what the opt-in name will be. So I put in my pop-up form. Now we have to integrate the form with something. So we're going to integrate it with Aweber. We need to now add an Aweber account. So what we have to do is generate an authorization code and then paste that into the box. So we have to create an authorization code. So what you do is click on that. They'll bring you to this form for Aweber. So what you would need to do is put in your login name and password. And then that way you can get your authorization code. Now once you have your authorization code from Aweber, you just copy that. And we're going to go back to the opt-in form page. Now we're going to paste in that code. Alright, so now we're going to click on Authorize. We selected Aweber, we've added the account name for Aweber, we've generated our authorization code, and we pasted in the authorization code. Now we're going to click Authorize. That has been authorized. Now we want to do is select the email list. The next one that we're going to click on is we're going to click on Next, Design Your Opt-in. In here we have a number of different fields that we can use. In fact, we can select the opt-in title. So we just leave this here as Subscribe to Our Newsletter. It's going to be an H2 tag. If we want it as an H1 tag, we can, or whatever tag we'd like. Now we have a message that would be on the opt-in. Right now it's join our mailing list to receive the latest news and details from our team. And that is a paragraph tag is what we're using for that. We can change the style of the different fonts, what type of color you're going to be using, a dark font or a light font colored, whether or not you want to use square corners or rounded. We'll go with rounded. And then the border. We want to have a full border. It gives us a few selections of different types of borders that we could use. Well, let's use this airmail type of border. The form setup is the form orientation. It's form on the bottom, on the right, on the left. So right now we'll just leave it on the bottom and then display the name field. Yes, if we want to display the name field, what we do is click, it's a check mark, or if we just want to have an email, we don't have it selected. So the button text, subscribe, I think what I'll do is I'll put here, subscribe to our newsletter. Alright, so now for the text on the button, I put subscribe to our newsletter. Now what style do we want to use? We can use some different styling. I'm just going to leave it as an inline. I'm going to just leave it as round corners here, dark text, and so forth. Now choose form style edge. Now let's go with this little jagged thing. And then form footer text. We could put in some sort of message that we want to if we wanted in the footer for the form. And then the success message text. Right now it's selected as you have successfully subscribed. So I'm just going to leave that alone. And then custom CSS. You could stylize the form even more so if you did that. Now let's go over to next, display settings. What we're going to do is look at the display settings here. What we're going to do is we're going to have it as a fade in. You can have it as a number of different types. I think I'll just keep it as a fade in. Trigger after time delay. Yes, we want to trigger it after 20 seconds. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have, if they hit the bottom of the post, we'll click on the check mark so that it'll trigger when it hits the bottom of the post. And the other one that would be pretty good to have for a setting is this one here, display once per session. That would be very good because then they're not getting a pop-up on every page, every post, and everything. We want to have that selected as display once per session. Now what we can do is we can display it on which type of a page. Right now I have it on everything, so we'll click on that. That'll display it on every page. Do not display on these pages, and also do not display on these posts. We can select either a page or a post that we don't want it to show on. When we're finished, what we're going to do is we're going to click Save and Exit. So now we have our new pop-up form set up. We have our new pop-up that will display on each and every page, post, and anything else in our blog. Now it'll only pop once, so they won't be distracted by seeing that pop-up form coming up every time. So let's take a look at it. We'll go to the website. Now remember, there's a 20-second delay on the pop-up. Okay, there's the 20-second delay. Notice now we have the pop-up. If we fill out our email address, it'll send it to our form. Okay, so we just put a fake email address. Now we're going to click subscribe to our newsletter. We have successfully subscribed to our newsletter. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next.